The next tool is perineal massage. So let's talk about perineal massage in pregnancy and during birth, because there's a difference between the two. Perineal massage during birth is where you are in the pushing phase and someone uses maybe olive oil to massage the inside of your vagina. So they would probably put their fingers inside here and just do a little bit of massage at the bottom part near the perineum and a little bit of stretching maybe out that way and a little bit of stretching out that way. This is an evidence-based way to reduce your risk for tearing. As a first-time mom, second-time, third-time mom, it doesn't matter. It works for everyone when you're doing it in labor. Same thing applies as the warm compress. If your provider is someone who you don't really feel like that comfortable with them touching your body, or you don't feel like they'll respect your choice to be hands-off, I would have partner do the perineal massage, or I would also skip the perineal massage in labor and instead just really focus on doing it in pregnancy. So it's up to you. But if you did feel comfortable with your provider and you want to incorporate all of those tools, typically what that looks like is when you're in the pushing stage. So that means you're 10 centimeters dilated, you feel the pressure of the baby, and you're starting to push. Hopefully you're able to spontaneously push. If you have an epidural, instead they'll probably check you and say you're 10 centimeters, you can start pushing. And they might want to coach you to do some directed pushing, but you don't have to get on your back. You don't have to hold your breath to the count of 10 or do anything that they say. If you want to get in an upright position, like being on your side is better than your back, or being in hands and knees or upright squatting, that's possible with an epidural. That would be more optimal. And then to work on, bearing down, engaging your tummy muscles and pushing your baby out, but just remembering to take slow, deep breaths in between and give yourself lots of oxygen. So you can absolutely do that with an epidural too. And so either way, with or without the epidural, as soon as you start pushing, you could have the provider or partner do the perineal massage for like 5 minutes. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. But if you do like it or you don't mind it, it can be beneficial for supporting your perineum. So you can have someone do the perineal massage, with the olive oil, which is a good oil to use, for about 5, maybe 10 minutes max when you're starting to do the pushing. And I would do it in between contractions. When it feels like it's getting a little closer to delivery, you could do the warm compress. The warm compress has more benefit when it's done like really close to the delivery of the baby. So then I would apply the warm compress for a little while and just applying it in between contractions up until the baby starts to crown. And then with the agreement that when the baby comes to crown, it's all hands off, right? If that's what you want. But of course, it's applied differently to different people depending on your situation and preferences and what you're comfortable with. So now let's talk about perineal massage in pregnancy. And this is one of my favorite tools that you can use to help you prepare emotionally for birth and also to prepare your body. So the research and evidence shows that for first-time parents, perineal massage in pregnancy can decrease your risk for tearing, which is really cool. And so what perineal massage looks like is, and the way I recommend that you do it, is to do it with your partner if you have a partner. And if you don't, or you don't want to do it with them, then you could just use a wand. There are perineal massage tools, or you could use your thumb. You would need to stand up, put your leg on a chair, right? Because you have a big belly, and then reach down and do the perineal massage. It could be started around 35 weeks of pregnancy. I would do 2 to 3 times a week leading up to delivery for like about 10 minutes. So what you're doing with the perineal massage, either by using your thumb or a tool yourself, or having your partner put their fingers or thumbs, or using a tool just right inside and doing a little bit of that kind of massage, is that it is increasing flexibility and offering you an opportunity to stretch and practice stretching a little bit before the stretching that happens for your baby's delivery. This isn't only supportive for your body physically, it's also supportive for you emotionally, because it gives you the opportunity to experience more pressure and more sensation in that area of your body than you otherwise would have through penetration. So if you can imagine like the ladder of pressure, right? The ladder of sensation that we can experience in our vagina. Penetration is down here and like the delivery of the baby is up here. The perineal massage is offering you an opportunity to just walk up the ladder a little bit, to experience new sensations of pressure in different parts of your body that you maybe haven't before. And when you do that, I invite you to deliberately create a container where you feel safe and you can allow yourself to practice relaxing and releasing your pelvic floor. I have a pelvic floor guided meditation in Module 1. I also have a birth affirmation track that I've been meaning to upload to Module 1, so I'll put that in there today. If you can listen to a guided meditation, listen to an affirmation track, have your partner tell you affirmations, say affirmations yourself. This is giving you an opportunity to create neurological pathways of feeling safe in the presence of more pressure, of releasing your pelvic floor and relaxing in the presence of more pressure. To give you an example that's kind of silly, but this one mom found that it really worked for her, so I'm going to share it. She came to me after one of my in-person classes, and she was like, we were practicing like increasing more pressure, and it was so helpful for me. And I got like, I don't know if it was her or her partner, but she was like, we got a whole fist in there. And I was like, wow, that's great. Thanks for telling me. And I'm not recommending necessarily you do that. But the point is that for this mom, she felt that experimenting with adding more pressure inside of her vagina was really empowering and was helpful for her in being able to be like, wow, I can hold so much more than I thought I could. My vagina is super stretchy. The truth is that your vagina is super stretchy. Oh, hi, husband. Your vagina is super stretchy, and you can absolutely experience the kind of pressure that we need to experience to get baby out safely without tearing. The truth is that our body was made to do this. And since so many people believe that you have to tear or you have to get an episiotomy to give birth, that birth is inherently flawed, it can really impact our confidence, and that can lead to emotional stuff coming up. And whether or not we have directly experienced that kind of story, we do live in a culture that tends to not trust the process of birth, and that can really negatively impact us as we prepare for the journey of bringing our baby into the world. So if you can just deliberately create an experience regularly where you're experiencing some perineal massage, and then you're also just saying affirmations and you're saying, I'm safe. My vagina is stretchy and I'm safe. Visualize your baby coming through your vagina and visualize your vagina opening so easily and be like, wow, my vagina is so stretchy. I'm amazing. This is the place that I'm inviting you to step into, knowing that it is the truth. The true miracle of your body is that it is perfect. If everyone tore at the rate naturally, like at the rate of tearing that we have in the US, it wouldn't make any sense from an evolutionary standpoint, that so many people would tear, because if you tear, you open up the risk for infection. So if everyone has to tear to give birth, no one would survive because you wouldn't be able to survive birth. And that's not very supportive for the continuation of the human race. Every once in a while, birth needs an intervention or a tool to support it. Absolutely. And most of the time it works perfectly on its own. Using these tools, the emotional preparation, provider hands off, the perineal massage in pregnancy and also during pushing if you want to, if it feels good, and the warm compress or being in the water, those tools are all going to be really supportive in reducing your risk for tearing.